friends, how are you doing? I'm doing well. I am back again with another Crochet Society glitter and spice box project. So if you've been following my videos, you know that glitter and spice was Crochet Society's Halloween project box for 2025, and I've been having a blast with it. And I decided on a whim. I wasn't sure what all I was going to make with it, but I did figure out what will probably be one of my last projects just based on the yarn that I have left. I decided I'm going to make the fall pillow. I'm not even sure I can make the whole thing as instructed because of how much white yarn that I have left, but I did come up with a backup plan. I did start it already just because I wasn't sure if I would like it. There is color work involved, which I will soon show you. But I'm really enjoying it so far, as with everything else. So join me as we make this Halloween, well, fall pillow together. Here we are with what I've been able to crochet on the fall pillow so far. As you can see, there is some color work. Nothing too crazy, but admittedly I haven't done a lot of color work in crochet, so this is stretching my skills a little bit, but I am enjoying it. I'm not sure what happened down here. This is bumpy and bothering me, but it'll be fine because what you do is you make two of these and you seam them together with a fun little border. So this should hopefully not be noticeable once that happens. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, I don't think I will have enough white to make two of these, but we'll see what happens. This is how much I have left about halfway through the one side of the pillow. So we might be cutting it close. Alternatively, I was thinking instead of doing another side of the pillow that matches this, I could do it with stripes with all of the leftover yarn and the other colors that I have. And I think that would look really cute as well and clearly differentiate the back from the front. So I don't know. We're going to play it by ear and see where it takes us. I'm not hating the color work. Like I said, I do think it could be cleaner. But for something I haven't done in a while, I think it's coming out just fine. Well, great news. The front of our little cushion pillow situation is done. I did have to rip back a few times, but I did have to rip back at one point to here because I got to here and realized all of my counting was off. And I think it was due to the fact I did have one extra stitch on the row, but also because I was treating the color work the same way I do knitting color work and my cross stitches, where I would be like, okay, well, if this ends here, then I only have to do 2 orange, 2 white, 2 orange, yada, yada, without realizing that I had counted incorrectly down here. And so by the time I got up here, I was down a whole bunch of stitches. It worked out fine. Like I said, I don't really do a whole lot of crochet color work, so it did work my skill set a little bit, which is never a bad thing. I am pretty sure that I don't have enough yarn to complete the back, at least not in just these two colors. So I think I'm going to go with my backup idea, which is to use the remaining colors to crochet a striped back to the pillow and see how that turns out. There are some appliques that I now need to make to stitch over that. So I'm going to make those first just to ensure that I don't run out of the colors that I need for the applique if I make the back before I do those. I guess we'll see what happens, but you know, I'm not gonna lie, for this being really my first crochet color work that I've ever done, and I've been crocheting for mumble number of years now, at least 20, I think, more than 20. Let's not get into that. I think this is actually a really good first attempt, and it's just going to be a pillow, and a lot of any of these little weird things that you see are probably going to get covered by the appliques that I'm going to stitch on. So I'm not too concerned about weirdness. I really like it. I didn't think that I would, but it's actually quite fun. Well, we are officially into the part of this that I am going to hate. This is where we have all of these fiddly little letters. I finished fall. I still have to do the happy script. And they don't take long. Like, that's not what the issue is. They don't take long at all. It's just fiddly. And even moving this over to take the video, all the two L's got like stuck on things, and it was like, it still is. It's a whole thing. So I'm kind of glad that I'm doing this in the middle before I make the back panel, because on the back panel will be a nice relaxing break from this absolute nonsense. But first I'm going to make the other letters before I sew them on. Well, I lied to myself and I ended up stitching on fall before making the loopy letters. And that was maybe a bit of a mistake because I put these on like 2 rows too high. I don't know what was going on with me, but I sewed them on 2 rows too high, which puts this pretty close to the top. So it might look a little wonky. You can see I've laid out the script a little bit just to give an idea of what it'll look like. I don't think it looks too terrible, but it is really high. That is potentially fine because the bottom of the pillow is gonna like roll under and you're not gonna see it when it's on our couch or wherever I put it. So I think we'll ultimately be okay. I don't want to not finish it because I made this mistake, and I also don't want to undo. I noticed it like as I was putting the finishing stitches on the F. So we're not undoing that. And I will be back with whatever monstrosity this turns out. We are all sewn together and it doesn't look that bad. The H is a little high, I suppose. But overall, it doesn't look too crazy. And being that it's a script, it's supposed to be a little sloppy, I guess. That's what I'm going with. I do overall like it. I like the color scheme. I like the design. It's a little sloppy because I didn't align everything correctly. But you know what? This is just supposed to be a joyful, fun little project. And it's going to be fine. It is now very early in the morning, and I'm doing my daily crafting before I start work. And I wanted to show you what the back panel of the pillow is looking like, just so the work doesn't go to waste, because I am going to rip it out. I did actually start making the chart again for the back panel, which is what the pattern calls for, but I was definitely going to run out of the orange. The white most likely, but still on the fence about, but definitely the orange I was going to run out with. So I did go with my backup plan to just use the leftover yarn to make stripes. And I'm doing the stripes in the order of the letters of happy on the front of the pillow. So, you know, it goes. So it's really nice. It's really relaxing. I am not super thrilled about all of the ends over here, but they're just going to get tucked into the pillow anyway when I crochet it together. But yeah, so this is what we are working on now. I think it'll be done in relatively short order. And then you crochet the pillow together and use the orange that I was going to run out of for a decorative edging, which now I will have enough yarn for. So that's where we are, and I'm going to keep trucking along. It is probably illegal to be as happy about the way this looks as I am. And frankly, I think my design update for this pillow is better than what was there. I'm just saying. Anyway, I really like this. All that's left is now I'm going to add white here, because what you do is you crochet a row and then you start to join to the other side of the pillow. And just a reminder, this is what that looks like. So this will be the front and then this will be the back. And I think it looks amazing. I mean, whatever about the letters and how I flubbed those, I might just use this the rest of the year. And I wouldn't be mad about it. So yeah, like I said, it's wrong to be this excited about it, but I do really love these colors together. Good job to the designer for picking them out for this so that I could have this. It is so cute. Look at just this happy, fat little guy. So now I just need to do, there is a decorative border with peacoat stitching in this color orange, and then it's just weaving in ends and it's done. But you know, I need to arrange the stuffing a little bit before I do any of that because it is a little bottom heavy here, but that shouldn't take too long. And yeah, it is adorable. All right, this video is not perfect in showing just how perfect this pillow is. I'll take a better video in a minute, but I wanted to show you now that I've completed the border that I did not use the light orange. I ran out of it. So I instead used this kind of tan, brown, khaki color because it was the closest thing to fall. And I think I like it. I think I like it better than if it had the orange border, to be honest. And then my favorite thing is that when it's not fall, I can just turn it over and have this instead. So I think I'm going to keep this pillow on the chair in my craft room. Is it not perfect for the chair in my craft room? And then of course for the season, I'll have this. And then the rest of the year, I'll have that. And honestly, for all of its mistakes, it came out exactly as it was supposed to. So 10 out of 10.